HTB family, how's it going? Welcome to Hold the Ball, your home of Pure Rugby League. Hope you guys well. Thank you again for tuning in. I guess it's going to be a quick summary of the game, my thoughts. We'll get straight into it. Hit that intro. Alright guys, hope you guys are well. Thank you again for tuning in. So we all know the Warriors unfortunately succumbed to the Newcastle Knights, right? Another fast or slow start for the Warriors, but this time a team capitalising and doing well. Now, my overall thoughts on this game, just to be really quick, it was good in one way, in the sense that obviously the Warriors didn't give up and you got to see that resilience that Andrew Webster's always talking about. However, at the same time, you also saw a team that's very slow to start, and a team that's getting exposed out wide. I guess some people may have walked away from this game here thinking it's A-OK. That's fine. We did well because granted, we did have a few injuries, obviously, to Marty Martin as well. And I'll just question as well quickly, was that a hip drop tackle? I'll leave that for you to sort of decide. But my judgment says it was. But anyway, who am I? But a person just supports the Warriors, right? And just has to accept all these dud calls. Now, this game here was very fast, quickly from the Knights, and obviously the Warriors weren't really good. We were sort of playing catch up, and I suppose there was one stage of the game, particularly in the second half, that I really got into, where obviously the Warriors scored, and things were looking up. I think we were down by like 8 points or 4 points, something like that. And obviously, long story short, Marcelo Montoya tried to play a bit too much on the ground there, knocked the ball on. Obviously, Kurtman scores, and then the Knights with Marju going through as well, again on the edges. And that's just basically it. I will say though, hats off to Josh Curran, who I thought was good. Sean Johnson, good. And obviously Egan was okay as well, but he went off injured too. Overall, we had a few forwards who made over 100 meters, and so you got to sort of take the good with the bad. And I suppose that's just my way of looking at it. Now, overall, though, I will say this is just such a dynamic sort of a thing as you can. Anyway, just the changing of the whatever the angle is. You can just change. Anyway, I'll get into it again. I will say though, the Warriors' defense on the edges very concerning. Like, I get people have a love-hate relationship with Pompey, perhaps even Gossi to an extent as well, lesser extent, but the reality is our defense out wide is not good enough. It's not in our standard. Like, I understand that Andrew Webster's coaching this sense of this identity that runs through defense, but the last two games, obviously the Sharks and Knights included, we've actually conceded 62 points. Now, tell me, how is that a defensive focused team? Because it ain't. Now, again, obviously you can look at the attacking side, and we did well to catch up, and we, instead of it being a 13-plus game where, we lost by 10, so you can look at that and you can be happy, but at the same time as well, I would recommend opening two eyes instead of one, right? Because you also got to take into account the other end in which it was 32, right? 34, sorry, 24. Wait, yeah. So I think it was 34 points conceded. I don't know, my maths is great today. So anyway, bear with me, please. But you get my point, right? The Knights were, they were good. But the Warriors' defense, I don't know. Like I love the grittiness that the Warriors show up in the middle, but out wide, it's it almost seems like a wasted effort. Particularly if the boys are defending up well in the middle, and then they go out wide, and that's it. That's all she wrote. Teams are exposing us, and like I said, 30 plus two. Sharks were 30, and obviously Knights were 30 plus. Over 60 points, and that's not great, and the only reason why I'm bringing this up again is because I need to emphasize our defense needs to be worked on quite clearly, and teams are exposing us. And again, it's all good and well to rely on Sean Johnson and the spy, Nicole Klukstad, and all that stuff, particularly for attacking phases of footy, but at the same time as well, if your defense is not up to it, and I don't look, those two, 60 plus points in the last two games. It's not like a top. It's not a top team. You know what I mean? Like, it isn't a team that's ready to make inroads. And obviously it's early, so you're obviously just like, they'll get into it, they'll get back into it. But at the same time as well, there's still a lot of points to give up. So I think the Warriors are really weak out wide and bottom 8 material, in my opinion. Is it harsh? Probably, but defensively out wide, we are bottom 8 material. Like, change my mind. I don't know. Anyway, those are my thoughts on the game, though. Defensively worried to a degree, to be fair. But overall, it is what it is. Now we got a home game against the Cowboys, and obviously one we got to defend. It's going to be interesting to see how this all sort of pans out. So, yeah, that's my thought. And quickly as well, Dylan Watson-Selesniak, right? He basically doesn't give a crap about the saying, if it ain't broke, then fix it. He doesn't care. He's here to break things and break it even more. He's definitely stomping and knocking on the door. The question is, who does he replace? And I suppose I'll leave you with that. Yeah, give me your thoughts. I'll see you guys in another one. Take it easy. See you guys next time. Up the Warriors. And just remember, hold the ball.